Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!
Hello friends, I'm back today with a quest video for Tyrith, who fights alongside some of the Imperial forces against Necrons. On screen, I'm cycling through the characters that are used from each faction, as well as the relevant ability levels up to Epic tier. I've also included the legendary and mythic characters here in this summary since there is so much variability based on roster. I've also added the rewards for each level at the bottom and what is required for a lightning victory after feedback from viewers. On this slide here, I've highlighted the potential token traps for this quest. A quick shout out to Pi, Tacticus ambassador and friend, who has been invaluable in putting this together. His referral code is on screen as a thank you. Common one is no flying and no damage taken. We use Thaddeus and Vindicta. This one is quite straightforward. Vindicta targets the group to the left, and Thaddeus uses his ranged attack on the warrior furthest away. Tyrith uses her active on the closest warrior and tidies up. Common 2 is no damage taken. We use Bellator, Vindicta and one additional character. In this case, we use Certus. On turn 1, Bellator summons around the scarabs. Tyrith uses her active and then does a ranged attack. Vindicta uses her active on the group on the top left and then finishes off the group on the top right. If a Necron warrior revives, Certus can be used to kill it off. Common 3 is once again no damage taken. We use Bellator, Certus, Varro and Vindicta. This one is a bit of a token trap. On turn 1, move into position as shown and pass the turn. On turn 2, Vindicta uses her active on the left. Be careful not to step onto her fire. Varro then uses his active on the right. Summon with Bellator, ensuring the Inceptors land on barbed wire to ensure they are targeted by Makotep. Tyrith uses her active to kill off 2 more enemies. If any revive, Certus can kill them off, and you can clean up on turn 3. For uncommon 1, it is no piercing and max 4 hits. We use Certus and Vindicta. On turn 1, Vindicta uses her active on the left flayed ones, Tyrith uses her active on the right side. Certus sets up for an overwatch and you have an easy finish on turn 2. For uncommon 2, it is no flame. Once again, we use Bellator, Certus and Varro. On turn 1, Certus uses his active on the death mark. Varro and Tyrith take out the Necron warriors while Bellator's summons create a meat shield. Clean up on turn 2. Uncommon 3 is no blast. We use Bellator, Incisus, Vindicta and Sybil. This one is a little more tricky. On turn 1, Bellator summons on the death mark to the left, while everyone else moves up and finishes the death marks. On the next turn, Bellator moves out of the way to allow Vindicta to use her active to take out most of the map. Make sure the last enemy cannot target Tyrith to avoid killing him with her passive. Heal up with Incisus on turn 3. Rare 1 is no summons and no flame. We use Isabella and Varro. On turn 1, Varro uses his active and Tyrith uses her active to kill off enemies. Move in Isabella behind. On the enemy turn, Tyrith uses her passive and Isabella heals her. If the second last warrior revives, then this will cost you an extra token. Rare 2 is max 2 hits. We use Incisus and Varro. We start by Tyrith moving up the left side and shooting a flayed one. The other characters move up behind. On turn 2, attack the warriors and ensure that Tyrith is left at the top of your formation to utilize her passive in case any of the enemies revive. On turn 3, Incisus uses his active to top up health. Tyrith uses her active and Varro's attack should finish the destroyer. It's worth noting that enemies reviving can throw off positioning, so you may need to position Tyrith elsewhere to ensure she is the target of their attacks. Rare 3 is ranged only. We use Varro and Vindicta. On turn 1, we move up the map on the right. Varro uses his active and Vindicta uses her normal attack. On turn 2, Vindicta moves to the high ground as long as there is no fire in the way. Her active should destroy the remaining enemies. For Rare 4, it is no psychic damage. We use Bellator, Incisus and Thaddeus. On turn 1, move characters up the map as shown and attack. On turn 2, Tyrith takes the high ground and uses her active to kill as many enemies as possible with her stick. Make sure to kill off the Ophidians and try to set up for overkills to prevent revives. On turn 3, heal with Incisus. Rare 5 is no rapid assault. We use Bellator, Incisus, Vindicta and one other character. Here we're using Varro. There can be variability in Scarab duplication and revives. The most important thing is to kill Aleph Null before she summons. On turn 1, position the characters as shown and attack. For turn 2, use Tyrith's active on Aleph Null and finish it off with Varro if needed. Vindicta targets the 2 Scarab Swarms and they should die to fire on the next turn. On turn 3, use Incisus as active, ensuring your ranged characters are within range of the enemies to finish them off. There is an extra turn if needed. Epic 1 is no flame. We use Bellator and Incisus. On turn 1, Tyrith melees a warrior with her poking stick. Bellator summons on the Scarabs and Incisus kills off the other warrior. On turn 2, Tyrith uses her active on the 2 death marks. Clean up with Bellator but leave one flayed one on full health. On turn 3, that allows you to heal up and clean up. Epic 2 is power only. Here we use Yarrick, Calgar and Dreer. I recognize these are harder to access characters, but you're going to need harder to access characters for this stage. Morven and Calgar's active are very good, as well as Yarrick and Celestine as their summons eat attacks. Dreer I think is the best since he makes summons and can heal himself. For turns 1 to 3, spam summons and use area of effect abilities to avoid taking damage and wipe out groups of enemies. Epic 3 is no chain. We use Bellator, Incisus, Vindicta and one other character. Here we use Varro. On turn 1, Tyrith moves up the right and uses her active on the death mark. Vindicta uses her active in melee on the Scarabs, and you can finish off the Scarab next to her with another character. This allows Vindicta to shoot the flayed ones on the left. Bellator summons on the death mark, and this can also be a Scarab if the death mark is already dead. On turn 2, continue attacking and position the group for healing. Turn 3 is healing and finishing up as usual. Legendary 1 is no flying. We use Incisus, Thaddeus and Vindicta. We leave one slot empty. This level will vary depending on whether the death marks use their active or not. If you use Vindicta, then her fire will affect Ophidian's pathing. You should bring along a 5th character to be on the safe side in the event of excessive revives. On turn 1, group up on the left and position Tyrith so her passive will be activated repeatedly. On turn 2, kill as many enemies as you can and get into position for Incisus' active. On turn 3, we use Incisus' active and finish the round. Legendary 2 is max 3 hits. We use Incisus, Carrion, Thaddeus and Trajan. You can use other characters for this strategy, but these are the ones most commonly built within the requirement. On turn 1, move Tyrith over the bridge to utilize her passive. This can vary with revives and crits, but ideally we want the Ophidian next to the high ground. On turn 2, target the Ophidian as it has to die in one turn. Incisors will need to spend multiple turns healing. For turn 3, continue healing and get close to finishing. On turn 4, finish healing with Incisus and finish the battle. For Mythic it is no blast damage. We use Bellator, Carrion, Incisus, and Calgar. This is more general strategy advice. We kill no Necrons to incentivize Anufet not to summon and move towards us instead. Tyrith uses her active to kill Anufet. Summon Bellators and Scepters on the Ophidians to distract them. Try to keep Tyrith healed as she has a large health pool, and Incisus' active won't move the needle as much as you think. Okay, that's all I've got for this one. I hope it was useful. Thanks as always to my Patreons for their support. Bye for now.